This one is another one for my sneakerheads out there, in particular the Air Jordan fans. Anyone who knows me personally knows I collect the shoes. I am a fan of the sneaker line, especially 1 through 14. 16 is cool, the low top, red and white, and the 17 Carolina blue low. But most people after 14, now we're on 40, it's hit or miss. Some say it should have stopped after 20. Some say it should have stopped after 23. Right now, it seems there's no end in sight. And now we have the 40 revealed. It's going on sale in July next year. I mean, July this year. I'm sorry. July next month, 2025. And here's the first look at the shoe. And I'm going to go through it. And then I'm going to give my thoughts on if it should have stopped a long time ago. So this is the first colorway. I've seen two others. This is probably the best colorway to me. We'll see if they come out with more. And I'm just flipping through. The back is nice. This looks like a dirt magnet though. The sole is nice. And then there's kind of the breakdown of the shoe, of the technology, things like that. I'm not feeling this part here, that tan suede. That I do not like. They could have left that all white, I think, with this particular colorway. And this is hypebeast.com. They're covering it. And here's the official colorway: white, black, vast gray. July 12th is the date, 2025, $200 plus tax. But now Nike's website has it with $205 plus tax, so $5 more. Here's some more of a look of it, of this first colorway. I'm definitely not feeling this side of it, that view. The other images aren't coming in, but you all get the lowdown of basically how it looks there. And I just wanted to give my thoughts on it, really, in terms of should it have still continued, this long. I really don't understand. It looks more like an Adidas sneaker, some people are saying. And should it have stopped somewhere along the line? Should they have stopped after 23? The money makers are 1 through 14 still to this day. June 21st, you had the Great Fives come back out, retro, Saturday, June 21st. And then there'll be another retro on Saturday, June 28th, like clockwork. But should the brand have stopped up to this point? I know the longer you go, I guess it leaves the room for retros, but they do not retro later models. They really do not. I know the 17 has been retro, and they wanted $300 plus tax for it. The low top Carolina blue colorway, which I do like, but I didn't grab that. It came with the suitcase, which it didn't originally in 2002, where it was $150 plus tax. Only the mid tops came with the suitcase, and those were $200 plus tax. So they limit them, make them more expensive, and just hope certain hardcore shoe fans, I guess, go after them. I didn't. The last Air Jordan sneaker I bought was the White Cement 4s back in May. The Memorial Day weekend shoes. That Saturday, I believe that was May 24th. Yeah, May 24th. So, I don't know if it should have gotten to 40 at this point. And again, I love the Air Jordan line. It's been out since 1985, same year I came out. So I'm 40 already. Birthday passed already. This shoe is 40. This line is 40. Same age as me. And so I'm just looking back on it and, thinking as each year the line gets older, I make that same year. And you just don't see, I mean, they good for performance wise on the court, but just even out in public, I don't see people with the later signature shoes on like I do the retros that will want signature shoes as well. I mean, they're all signature shoes, 1 through 40. But for some reason, people are still looking at the current signature shoe as just something to play basketball in because it's not appealing to people who don't play. It's just straight up hoopers. So the person that doesn't play sports at all, who you'll see in a retro, you know, a number 1 or a number 11, you won't see them in the 21 or the 26 or the 31. And we're just getting so far out there with the numbers, and here we go 40. Now this doesn't look too futuristic to where someone will probably just turn their head away from it. It looks a little bit more laid back, more like an Adidas more so than a Nike Air Jordan, but it's not so futuristic looking as past SIG models have been. And maybe, you know, definitely has a casual feel to it. I guess you can hoop well in it as well. I don't know how you all doing low tops versus the mid cut or the high top, but I think at either $200 plus tax, like they're reporting here on Hypebeast, or 205 on Nike's actual site for July 12th, 2025. I'm assuming it was going to be 200, but the official Nike site, like I said, has them at 205. Maybe if that was under 200 and someone wanted a nice lifestyle sneaker just to barbecue on, barbecue in July at a birthday party, whatever the case may be, then maybe it would attract more people. But at $200 plus tax, you're not going to get people into a casual shoe for that price point. I think based on how this shoe looks. I mean, it's not a horrible looking sneaker, but it doesn't look like an Air Jordan 40 to me. And I'm just wondering, should they have stopped years ago? I know they probably just don't want to look at, Nike doesn't want to look at the Air Jordan line as just a nostalgia line where it's just retro. That's part of it. They want to continue to innovate and put new designs out there, and I understand that because this has been, Michael's been the only NBA player to be able to have this longevity and continue to have sneakers being put on sale, new designs every year, even though most of the money is being made by sneakers 1 through 14. And so Michael still does, I think, have the longevity, since older shoes that came out in the 1980s, will still cause people to buy, but it's still living in the past. And does Michael have the longevity with the newer models? Maybe having a commercial with him in them might help, but I wonder, do we have to question his impact right now and where he is, since you can't get these later models after 14 to really fly off the shelves and have people filling out raffle tickets at DTLR, Foot Locker, wherever, and before the raffles, you know, lining up. You know, that was never done for a more recent model. That was all old shoes that people were lining up for. So I don't know if Michael's impact is still the same as far as shoes go. I think he still has a cultural impact. And I'm not putting this all on him. I don't know how involved he is in the design of the later models. I don't know how much input he had for this Air Jordan 40 here. I know Jason Maiden, I think, was the main designer on it for Jordan Brand. But other than that, I mean, do you all think the line should have stopped a while ago? Has it gone too far? So, and I just want to be sure. I think Jason Maiden is the designer of the 40. Make sure I'm spelling his name right. Yep, it's Jason Maiden. This is I thought. This is just another article on it. And so yeah, Jason Maiden, he's the top designer for it, and he's designed a few at this point. So I don't know. Some people calling for Tinker Hatfield to come back and help out or try and design one. But right now, Jason Maiden is in control of the latest Air Jordans, and this is what we have. But has it gone too far? Is the Air Jordan past its prime? What do you all think? And you can't measure it by the older shoes 1 through 14. We have to look at it through the eyes of the later models, including the 40, which we have here. And just look at the sales, and are they just kind of trying to sell it based off of Michael's past success, and these new sneakers aren't really building their own legacy? I hear people talk about going to homecoming in high school in the Air Jordan 9s. Is anybody going to have that story for the Air Jordan 32? Just things like that, nostalgia, memories, things like that. I really don't know. And what do you guys think? Should they have stopped it some years ago? Some say yes from other comments I've read, but they try and use today's NBA players like Paolo in Orlando, Trae Young in Atlanta, but I don't know if any of that, actually helps. So yeah, this is just more from Nike's website, giving you all some information there, and this is where we're at with it. So yeah, chief designer Jason Maiden is the chief designer, and said, you know, he's the one who's, I guess, making the final call on it. Uh, do you all want to see Tinker Hatfield back? What are you guys' thoughts? If you are an Air Jordan fan, do you only just like the retros? Do you play basketball? Maybe they should have stopped some years ago. I don't know. Still celebrate the 40-year anniversary of the shoe actually being on sale in 1985, but you could have done it a different way, and not add a whole nother new shoe to it that some may say hurts the legacy because it's not going to be able to live up to 1 through 14. Some even just say 1 through 13. I don't know. Those are just my thoughts on it. Has time passed the Air Jordan sneaker by? The feeling you get when you see a new Air Jordan for the first time. And I didn't get that even when I look back at a Retro 4 that's coming back out, original colorway, like for instance the white cement, because I had them in 2012, so it's 13 years later, so I had to replace. And then just looking at the pictures of this same shoe with Nike Air on the back, I didn't get them in 2016. I'm still looking at them like I'm seeing them for the first time because of the design, and I didn't get that feeling. I'm not getting that feeling looking at this Air Jordan 40 on the screen. So let me know what you guys think. Is it time to stop the line? Should they have stopped it years ago? Let me know down in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe to the video. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Facts or feelings, all one word, no spaces. Put facts or feelings in the YouTube search, no spaces, and my channel comes right up. Send any videos you want me to review, any topics you want me to discuss to my YouTube email. That's kregier.mj@gmail.com. It will be down in the description of the video as well. KREGIER.MJ. Those are my initials at gmail.com. See, I was even born with the same initials as the guy, as the man. So let me know what you guys think. Is Air Jordan past its prime? Did we really need an Air Jordan 40? Will you be buying? Let me know. I'm out.